coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta get down because I want it all. Started out with a kiss, I didn't end up like this. It was only a kiss, it was only a kiss. Welcome everyone to the Identity Crisis Podcast. I'm your host, Dylan George.
And I'm his host, Sean O'Neill.
How is everyone doing? We missed you guys for the past 2 weeks where we were not able to film anything.
Yeah. It was,
how's it been?
Well, we filmed video games for the last week, but
we have been live for the past week, but this is our first time in 2 weeks
that
where we had a podcast.
Yeah.
So we've missed you all. We were up in, if you guys didn't know, we took a vacation up in Michigan to visit my family, and Sean came along because he was like, Michigan sounds cool.
And I had nothing else to do, so.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You were just fucking doing nothing.
Yeah.
Being like,
usually,
like just a
my day
worthless piece of trash, just kind of like sitting on.
I mean, you're not wrong. I usually was just laying naked in my bed because it was
this
hot.
Is true.
And I was like,
yeah, this is the most dressed he is, like all week.
Yeah.
Like he usually has maybe pants and a shirt on.
Lucky if there's a shirt.
I know.
I do.
Lucky if I'm a shirt.
Yeah, I usually just walk around with pants or shorts on, and that's it.
It's even now a toss-up if you have shorts on.
Yeah, that's true.
You come in my room when I'm working just in underwear, and I can't wait for the one time I have my camera on while I'm in a meeting, and you're going to be, like, half naked.
I will not care.
I will.
I will think it funny. I will just walk in there and be like, yo, is it just me or is it hot as balls in here? And I'll wait
if you
for
get
a
me
reaction.
fired, I'd fucking kill you.
I would find it so funny.
But, yeah, so we hung out in Michigan for a little while. We had a great time. I've convinced Sean that Michigan is a great fucking place to live.
Mostly because of the women.
I wasn't going to say that, but you did bring up the women a lot.
Women are hot as hell in Michigan. I was like, what the fuck?
He kept going like, what the fuck?
Dude, I will tell
Michigan women is what he kept saying.
I almost hopped out of a truck at one point because there was a redhead with tattoos. And I was like...
You're like, my soulmate, no!
I was like, that was the one. I'll never get this opportunity again. And I was like...
Though, you did actually jump out of the car at one point to give a person a high five that we were next to at a stoplight.
Yeah, I really reached out my hand, and they're like, what do you want? I'm like, a high five. And they're like, you're a little far away. And I was like... unbuckled, hopped out of the car, gave him a high five, and then we had to awkwardly sit there at the stoplight.
We also awkwardly sit there at the stoplight and then went to the next stoplight and also had to awkwardly sit there again.
I did not look over. I was like,
I know. I just mentioned like, and here's the awkward part.
Yeah.
It was really funny. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We had a good time chilling out, but now we're back and we're ready to make a bunch of fun content. And boy, howdy. In the past 2 weeks, a lot happened.
Yeah.
A lot. Especially in the video games department.
There was a lot of video game news.
So, for the two big events that have happened, and I think one of them is still going on now. I think it ends today. So, we had DC Fandome last week, and then we had Gamescom starting Thursday. And that's all I really watched. I haven't watched Friday's or today's stuff.
I only watched the Thursday one.
Yeah, same. So, we had those two big events, and they were cool, in a sense. I mean, DC Fandome I thought was okay.
DC Fandome was cool when you got to the part you cared about.
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, just kind of fluff. Because it was, like, an all-day live stream event. Yeah. And they only had, like, 12 things to announce, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but
like, to stretch it out over, like 12 hours.
It bored me. Not to talk bad about Sandman or anything, but when they gave Neil Gaiman, Gaiman. Almost an hour just to talk about an audiobook.
Yeah.
I was losing it. I'm like, I don't care.
I could get that. I mean, it was a weird one because Sandman's like pretty niche.
Yeah.
But people love it. But yeah, so there was a lot of cool stuff from that. So we'll talk about the DC Fandome first because that happened last week. Yeah. So there was a couple big things that we got from there. The first thing we got was a new Wonder Woman trailer. For Wonder Woman 84, which I was kind of already excited about because I like the first Wonder Woman movie. I think it's pretty good, especially in DC realms. And the fucking trailer for Wonder Woman 84 is so good. Yeah, it's honestly one of my favorite trailers of all fucking time.
It's really good. The one problem I have about it is what Cheetah looks like.
Okay, yeah, the second trailer I was about to say is not nearly as good.
Yeah,
because Cheetah looks so weird. I'll say that her normal costume, like when she's a person, doesn't look bad. I mean, sure, it's like a cheetah print trench coat or whatever. Fine, whatever.
Right.
But man, when she's like in her actual cheetah form,
and she looks straight out of Cats.
She looks straight out of Cats.
Yeah,
it's really bad. And I know that everyone's made that comparison, but it's true.
It's so bad.
I mean, maybe it'll look better on the actual screen, but
maybe. Who knows? I think the movie would be good either way.
I still think it'll be good. I think the premise is good enough. I think it looks fine. I'm still excited for it, but that trailer did not sell me on it. Fortunately, the first trailer really did. And I think it's honestly just because of the Blue Monday song they did.
Oh, yeah.
They did like a orchestral version of Blue Monday, and it's such a good song. Yeah. It's so weird how really good it is. But yeah, so that was like the first big announcement. And then I think the next big one was Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Which we had kind of actually been following for a little bit because they had like a sort of mini ARG, which in retrospect wasn't really an ARG.
It was just more interacting and getting people hyped for it, which I mean, it's fine. I mean, I have all the numbers saved down in case it's a code later on in the game.
That's fair.
But it was cool though. I mean, it was about 4 days that they released like an image that had like a little code in it, and then you could go to a certain website and to show you an image, and it was technically like the first map of the game. What was cool. It showed like 4 different points, which leads into what the game is about.
Yeah.
And how you can play as one of the Gotham Knights, which is Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood.
Yep.
And I know for myself, I'm going Red Hood.
Oh, I'm doing Nightwing.
Yeah.
I love Nightwing, man.
Yeah.
I will say though, Tim Drake looks weird. That's who's Robin. That's the Robin on that. So did you see how he could teleport randomly? Apparently, what that is he does short range teleporting through the watchtower. Which is really, I was like, why him?
I think that was Red Hood that could do that.
No, it's Robin.
Really?
Yeah, that gameplay trailer, or the little gameplay they did with the Mr. Freeze level, they also unplugged the mic. They did like a commentary on it, and apparently they mentioned that Robin has a little like access to the watchtower and can do short range teleportation.
That's weird.
I know, it feels like out of nowhere,
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I just hope we can change the way Batgirl looks, because that cowl did not work with her.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of costumes. Yeah. Because I noticed that in that same gameplay trailer, Robin has his Red Robin costume on, not his normal Robin costume.
Right.
And those are entirely different. So yeah, there's definitely multiple costumes in there.
Right. Our game still looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks fun.
Yeah, they are touching on Court of Owls in that one, right?
Yes, that's the one that's all Court of Owls based. So that's what we thought Rocksteady, but it was apparently WB Montreal. No, we did think it was WB Montreal. So WB Montreal has been like teasing this game for literal years.
Yeah.
Like they'd made a lot of Court of Owls references and like tweets, and I guess mostly just tweets that kind of like amounted to nothing. I mean, obviously now it's like, oh, it's Court of Owls.
Right.
But at the time we were like, oh, there's going to be a new game announced. Nothing.
Yeah.
And then like a year later, oh, they're finally going to announce that Court of Owls game. Nothing. And it just kind of went on for a couple of years, and now we're finally getting something, and people are like, okay, now it's Court of Owls.
I will say, I'm very hyped for this game, mostly because of the multiplayer aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Which they've talked about is that I think it can be a 4-person world.
That's the weird thing. It's 2. It's not 4 people. It's 2. Which everyone's like, why?
Yeah, you have 4 knights. Why
exactly.
Would you make it a 2?
I know. That's what I'm thinking. It seems so odd.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. And like, it also like from that gameplay video, it makes it look like you can play split screen, but nope.
I'm not playing split.
It's all. I mean, I know, but it's some people enjoy doing couch co-op. But still, it's just really weird that it's 2-player co-op and not 4. Because you would think, considering they are, 4 people.
Yeah.
You think you're like, all right, let's bring all the Gotham Knights together and all of you can play as one and have fun, yay, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as long as we can play together, we'll probably play it on stream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll probably definitely play it. Yeah. It looks fun.
Yeah.
And it's got like a bunch of RPG elements to it, which is interesting.
Yeah, it looks.
I wasn't expecting that.
It has a lot of from what you could see in the trailer. There's a lot of material gaining. So they were getting materials, and I'm guessing that means you upgrade your armor.
Probably.
And I mean that's the most common RPG type stuff was collecting materials, getting better armor. I would like to know if skills are customizable. Well, that's to be something I would like to know. I think
so. I think they mentioned at one point that they are customizable.
I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what game is coming out that's like that? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. But also, I want to know how easy it is to switch characters.
What do you mean?
Because they're saying that like technically all the characters are on the map, and you can switch to them. I want to know: do you have to go find them, or is it just in a menu select a character?
I've heard it's like kind of how GTA does it, like where you can just kind of do like a scroll wheel.
Yeah.
And then it quickly changes, but I don't think they've confirmed that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I don't know. I would like to know how much of the city is interactable too.
Oh yeah, it looks like a pretty big map, which is cool.
And I want to know like what enemies we might be seeing too, because I know Court of Owls is like the main one.
Yeah.
But there's usually like smaller ones in all of the Arkham games. But even though this one isn't Arkham Universe.
That's the weird thing. So this game by WB Montreal isn't part of the Arkham universe, though it looks like it would be.
Yeah.
Like it'd be kind of a successor to it.
That's the thing, though, is because at the end of Arkham City or Arkham Knight,
I think it's Knight.
Yeah, he does the protocol where he, kills Batman, technically.
Yeah.
And then the weird thing is because Gotham Knights picks up right on that. And I'm like, in a way, it is continued, but they're just saying it's a revamp.
Yeah. Like so I've also heard the idea that it might be like, so in Origins, Arkham Origins, it kind of splits off. Like it's not of the same exact timeline as the other Arkham games. It's slightly different. So people suspect, or I've heard the rumor, that like Gotham Knights is part of the original 3 Arkham games, but Suicide Squad game, which has been confirmed to be part of Arkham, and we'll talk about it in a minute, is like a continuation of Origins.
Right.
So I have no clue, but it does seem weird,
right,
that it's like that.
But I mean, I don't know. I still think it looks great. I mean, joining the Discord, they seem to have everything under control.
I think I joined the Discord, but then I left it immediately because I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with these.
Oh, I looked at it and I'm like looking at all the things the developers are saying, and they're talking very little about the game right now.
Oh well, yeah.
But you never know. They might be like, "Hey, we're going to give you like this free beta access if you click right here." And I'm like, "Okay."
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, I did that with Mortal Shell. I did that with a ton of different games.
That's all right. Didn't Mortal Shell just recently come out, like full release?
Yeah, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm probably going to because it's a Souls-like, and I like those games.
Yeah.
And I mean, that one was actually really cool.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What are you doing?
I had to move my mic because it was getting uncomfortable, and then I thought I heard like did your phone just vibrate?
Probably.
Okay, I was like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
I thought I was going insane.
Yeah, no, it was my phone.
But yeah, so we had that recently. And then after Gotham Knights was revealed, what was it? I think it was the Suicide Squad movie that they showed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was James Gunn coming out, and he was talking about, the Suicide Squad, because we're just retconning and forgetting the old Suicide Squad.
As they should.
But that looked amazing.
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
The cast in that?
Yeah, that was such a crazy, like, reveal trailer where they just, like, just showed off the cast in like a very cool animated format, but it was very long.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, "Oh, they're still going. They're
Why?
still going. When are we gonna stop?"
We're up to 15.
I think it was more.
Yeah, no.
I think it was like.
I think it's 20.
I think something like 20. Maybe it was a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people.
But it seems like it's gonna be really fun.
Oh, I think so.
I mean, especially all the characters they're bringing in. I mean, Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
he's coming in,
and James Gunn has wanted to have a Polka Dot Man movie for a while.
Yeah,
because he's just weird like that. And I mean, like James Gunn's the only director that I feel can actually do this, because it's just the way Suicide Squad is. at least with this interpretation, it's just so weird and wacky and all over the place that it.
You mean like the Weasel?
Yeah.
The Weasel's great.
The Weasel is great, and I love that Sean Gunn is doing it. He only does motion capture.
It's so good. I'm like, ugh. No, I mean, it looks great. I mean, John Cena playing Peacekeeper, is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And it's just like, that's a good fit.
Even in like the like live action or the behind the scenes trailer that they show, it's like, all right, be this douchey Captain America kind of character, and he's like, I can do that.
Yeah, that's
me.
me.
That's a perfect character.
That's literally me, and it's like, yep, it is.
Yeah, I think that'll be great.
And then what was it? Harley Quinn's new costume.
Oh my God, yes,
amazing!
It's such a good costume.
The full on leather.
Yeah, it's like a good interpretation of her original costume.
Yeah,
like that's like I can understand not doing her original costume because it's very very cartoony and like very BTAS stuff, but it's like. You can do a better interpretation of that than what they did in the original Suicide Squad movie, which I just hate that costume.
That costume was bad.
And so did Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she hated that
costume. She did not enjoy being in that movie.
Yeah. No, but this new costume looks great.
Oh, yeah. I think that's just like the exact, like, that's what I imagine for like a live action Harley Quinn costume.
Honestly, I feel like that conversation when like Margot was like, hey, I want to come back and reprise this role, but I want a different costume. And James Gunn was like, yeah, no shit. You're getting a different costume.
Good.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
If you want the old costume, I'd tell you to leave.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. That movie does look great. Then, what came next?
I think after that was, I think it was the Snyder Cut Justice League stuff, which I don't care about because I don't like Justice League or Zack Snyder, excuse me.
I think I'm gonna end up watching it because I know we have HBO Max.
Like I don't know if I can slog through 4 hours.
Dude, that's what like I'm gonna watch the first one, and if I don't like it, I'm not watching it.
You know, I guess I could give it that at least because we have HBO, so it's like all right because they're releasing it in 4 parts and each an hour. Yeah. If I cannot be sold by that first hour, I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's all we're gonna talk about Snyder Cut.
Well, okay, I don't know.
It was not entertaining.
It was not that. Okay, so first of all, the trailer was weird.
The Hallelujah trailer?
Oh, okay, so I did actually figure out why that's about. That was Hallelujah was his daughter's favorite song. So he uses that a lot in all of his stuff. So okay, that makes sense.
Right.
That said, that was the most awful cover I've ever heard of Hallelujah.
Yeah.
It was the whole thing was just a really weird trailer. Like, I mean, it showed off some interesting things, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's just like none of this they haven't filmed anything new. So all of this stuff was apparently there. But what are you looking at?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Texting people.
I don't know how far it would go. But it was just like a really weird like formatting for the trailer. It wasn't even that's right. It wasn't full screen.
Yeah,
it was
wasn't.
like it was square. I was like, why? I feel like I have a bad feeling that Zack Snyder is gonna get too caught up in this, and he's like, whatever I'm just gonna go wild because obviously I can make great things.
Right.
When I don't think he makes great things.
I
just hate. I know. Okay, so it's either you love him or hate him because his style is very his style, as in dark, gray, bleak, sad, which is fine to an extent, but it's just it doesn't make sense as to what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like the whole idea with Man of Steel and having Superman be sad that he's Superman is kind of the dumbest idea I've ever heard. Because that doesn't make sense to how Superman, like, that's literally his whole ideology is like a symbol. Mm-hmm. And that he is the Superman. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say, like, you can't do, like, a down-to-earth Superman, but you shouldn't introduce your Superman like that. I feel like that's a bad path to have him on.
Right.
And, like, literally the whole thing where he's like, I gotta break his neck. Mm-hmm. What? Like, that just makes no sense for anything Superman.
Yeah,
I feel like the thing with him is he doesn't understand the characters he's trying to write for, which is fine to an extent if he went for something that felt smart. Mm-hmm. But I don't think anything he does feels smart.
I think he needs some Creative Commons.
Meaning?
He would come in and be like, you know what? That doesn't work.
Yeah. And that's the bad thing about the Snyder Cut, is that's literally where he has no holds barred.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 4 fucking hours of this shitty movie with these shitty characters that you shittily wrote?
I'm looking at the new footage, and I'm like, none of that looks good.
I mean, like, it looks interesting, but I'm just like, how are you going to fit all of this?
Yeah, no.
How are you going to make all of this? And how are you going to make it all seem interesting and well done? I don't understand. I don't like him. He's not a good director. I've tried to watch Batman v Superman 3 separate times, which was completely him. Nothing he changed. Mm-hmm. That was all him, and I cannot finish it. I cannot finish that movie.
Dude, I usually just sit through movies, and I'm like, okay. I'm not watching this one again, but I
just hate it so much. Yeah. I don't like him.
But anyway, so next came the Suicide Squad game.
Yes,
the Suicide Squad game. Pretty hype.
That is pretty cool. I'll admit that is pretty cool looking. The one thing that I do want to point out about that trailer is, so it was just like, it wasn't even like gameplay or anything. It was just like a cinematic trailer, which is cool looking. Mm-hmm. Something about the writing that was interesting is it feels like it's the first Suicide Squad game, or like anything that's not a comic, that has like legitimately funny comedy.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like is a big problem with a lot of Suicide Squad interpretations, where it's like they try to be funny, but they just don't land it.
It does look pretty funny, like when they're like, oh, Superman saved that pilot out of the helicopter. Oh, God.
Yeah, just like the like one of the 2 jokes I always think of is like where they make fun of Deadshot for saying, I never miss.
Yeah.
You never miss. Yeah, you mention it every time. And then the joke where they're like, where Captain Boomerang comes out from frame and's like, so did you find out who our target is yet? And they just like, and point at Superman. It's honestly funny. Yeah. And I was like, that's great, because I like the Suicide Squad enough. I just think it's been butchered in most mainstream stuff. So to have like them be actually funny would be great.
See, I kind of hope they take after the Deadpool game. I know you never played it.
I know a lot about it because I'd like seen it play it through, and yeah, I guess I could kind of agree.
That one is very like, it was very funny if you knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I like this because like a lot of fans are getting like, you know, a deeper level of comedy. Yeah. But even like a basis players getting at least a little bit of comedy that they think is funny.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I like the way that goes. Now, I really hope that one is actually a 4-player game, because
it better be.
If they show 4 characters, it should be 4 players. Gotham Knight.
Take note.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then, you know, there's all the leaks around the internet about DLC or what is it, pre-order stuff. They could get Poison Ivy, and if we get Poison Ivy in that game, I am pre-ordering the hell of it. I do not care. Harley Quinn is supposed to be pre-order for Gotham Knights.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And I was like, if that is the case, I get that one. I think it'd be cool. But I don't know. It all seems fun right now.
Yeah, it definitely looks good. I mean, we don't see that much of it, but it's. I think it's an interesting concept. A lot of people though are getting mad that it's another evil Superman interpretation.
Why?
I don't, because people want like an actual Superman game. Okay. But like they've tried, but it does not work.
You cannot do a Superman game.
That's the thing. Like, okay, Superman 64, one of the worst games on the 64. Yeah. And then I can't remember if it was WB Montreal or Rocksteady that did try to make a Superman game. Mm-hmm. Like they got, I won't say pretty far, but they got like decent traction into it, and they had to stop. I don't know I think it was just because there was a lot of complications, but a lot of people were starting to realize, ooh, this is hard to make fair.
Yeah, about to say, because you would have to make a fully interactable world. Mm-hmm. You would have to make him OP, but not too OP, to have fun content. You would have to make a world that's expansive, because if you start flying around, I mean, you're going to get to one side of the city in a matter of seconds, technically. And you have to code all of his abilities, combine them to buttons. You have to let him be able to pick up anything.
Yeah. It's just, He is too weird of a character. I'm not gonna say it can't be done.
Yeah,
but I think it's incredibly hard. And but I mean that's why the reason like with all of those like that he's too overpowered. That's why they keep all the Superman games have him nerfed in some sense. Like Superman 64, he can't land. He only flies because the ground is full of toxic gas.
I would say the game can't be done yet. I don't think we have the world programming to do it yet. Like,
possibly.
Jumping ahead a little bit. At Gamescom, there was a fully interactable world game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember what it's called either, but it was some indie game.
Yeah, you have to, like, turn on all the switches. But you could literally do anything in that world. I'm like, if you do that, refine the graphics a little bit, I think that's ready for it. I just don't think where we need to be for a good Superman game, I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah. It's just way too hard to pull it off.
Honestly, this is gonna sound really bad, and I hope it doesn't come true. The first Superman game will be in VR.
Maybe.
I really feel like it will be.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because they do the same thing with Darth Vader and everything like that.
They did the Iron Man one.
Exactly, and they did the flying around with
Though
him.
to be fair, that's supposed to be pretty good actually. People say it's not that bad. It's definitely like like do 30 minutes at a time kind of thing.
I feel like I'd be very sick.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh.
But people are like, this is actually legitimately pretty fun, which, fair enough. But yeah, so a lot of people are mad about that, and I just, I'd rather have some Superman than no Superman, so I'm okay with it.
Right.
I'll take it. So then after that was the big one. The big one.
Oh, yes. The big one.
The big one.
Yeah. They
revealed a trailer finally for the Batman. Mm-hmm. And oh man, was that so fun. That was such a good trailer, and it was even more satisfying to see all the Pattinson haters be like, well, shit.
Yeah. No, that Twilight Boy's got something.
I know. It was like, it's just, So they talked about the Batman for a little while in DC Fandom, and then they finally revealed like a full trailer for it. Thank God, because I'd been wanting to see stuff for a while.
It was a good trailer too. I mean, right off the bat, you figured out who the big bad was.
I mean, we'd known that it was the Riddler.
Yeah.
For a while.
But still, I mean, it was a good way of doing the Riddler by starting off with a riddle instead of just showing a big giant green question mark somewhere.
So this just popped into my head a few minutes ago. But what is your tier list for cookies?
Snickerdoodle.
Uh-huh.
A red velvet one. Those are really good. The sugar ones with the frosted on them that you usually find from Walmart.
Oh, I hate those.
The ones that hurt your jaws.
Those are the worst fucking cookies in the world.
Oatmeal cookies I think are really fucking good.
Oatmeal's not bad, yeah.
Like fresh, and then peanut butter cookies, and then just a basic sugar cookie.
I don't know what I'd tier mine. I mean, I think oatmeal chocolate chip is pretty fucking good. Mm-hmm. I'll say that's probably my favorite.
Snickerdoodle for me.
And then snickerdoodles are pretty good, but I never go to search out a snickerdoodle.
I searched out for snickerdoodles.
Peanut butter cookie C tier. I'd give it a C+ tier.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like I can only really have one small one, because if I have two, then I feel like blah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're fresh out of the oven. I'm like,
they do smell good when they're fresh out of the oven.
That's the thing that gets me is I'd be smelling them. I'm like, I can eat another one. I'm like, I can eat another one.
It just don't stop.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's also good? The little Pillsbury Doughboy Halloween ones.
Ooh, true.
Dude,
those are pretty good.
They're so easy to make. You literally just spread them out, put them in there for 15 minutes. You got a whole thing of cookies.
True.
I went through 5 boxes during one Halloween.
That's scary.
It was bad. I almost died.
I believe you.
But the little pumpkins on them, they're so cute. I was like,
I'm trying to think what would actually. Well, you know what? Thin Mints are pretty good. I love me some Thin Mints.
Thin Mints have to be really cold, and I can only eat 3.
I could literally eat a whole box, but I do think they're best cold, for sure.
Milanos, though, the little Milano cookies.
No.
Wow, really?
I mean, I think I recognize the name, but I don't know what
they're
like.
The ones that look like that.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like wafer and then a thin layer of chocolate.
Yeah. They're like little Clairs.
Yeah, there was a s'mores version of one. They only sold for Christmas, I do believe. I went through a bag in under an hour. I was like, holy shit, these are so good. Now it's just
those are pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thin Mints are probably my favorite. I just like Thin Mints too much.
Any Girl Scout cookie's great.
That's true. They do it well.
Yeah.
And then Boy Scouts have popcorn for some reason.
Yeah. First of all, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts get gypped. They make so much money but get nothing back in return.
True.
Yeah.
It's called community service, Sean.
It's called.
Why is Kirby holding a knife? Have you never seen Kirby with a knife? Hold on, let me go get him.
Have you really not seen Kirby with a knife?
He's my favorite character.
I mean, he's like quintessential meme. He's awesome.
Kirby with a knife. Let me put him on camera.
Rotate.
I know, it's like the revolving door.
Yeah.
Look at Kirby. Look at him. He's got a knife. Don't get too close. You gotta be careful. Is it showing up on camera?
Not for me yet, because mine's delayed. But I'm pretty sure he's there.
He's my best. He's the best boy. Here.
Kirby with a knife was what, $10 at Ichiban?
Yeah, something like that. I found like a Kirby plush for like $10, and then I had a knife like laying around.
Yeah, we were like, all right, time to put a knife in him.
So he's holding a knife. We got Kirby with a knife. Mm-hmm. Then we got Jerry up there.
Oh, he showed up, but it's very dark. There's no light.
That's all right. They can see him now. Yeah. We got Jerry up there right behind Sean.
Gary,
excuse me. And then directly behind Sean is Mateus.
Yes. Up one.
Yep. There he is. Yep. There's our boy. Here, I'll hold Mateus.
Yeah. Those are
our mascots.
Yeah.
We'll eventually have emotes of them because they're cute.
Yeah. We like our boys.
IDC Kirby, IDC Gary, IDC Mateus.
It'll probably just be IDC M instead of spelling it all out.
But they gotta know who it is.
The whole emote's gonna be him going.
Okay, so yeah, we got him because it's really funny to like do the aggressively grab neck with him. Hold on.
The Sasuke grab.
Exactly.
Up against the wall.
Yeah, I can't really. It's hard to do it here, yeah. But he just aggressively grab his neck and he looks so weird.
We won him at an arcade after we Kung Fu Panda'd our way to success. We did
Kung Fu Panda our way to success because there's like an arcade machine which I think is actually in a lot of like Dave and Buster's esque arcades.
It's very common
where like you just have to hit like the there's like 3 pads on each side of you and you have to hit the corresponding pad with where the little fruit or something is, and if you hit it, then you win. Yeah. And if you hit all of them, like you get a perfect score, you get a bunch of tickets, like 500 or something. Yeah. And what we did was just have each person on one side.
Yeah, he was on one side, I was on the other, and we're just sitting there going crazy with it. And
Nintendo game tier list? Well, the best Nintendo game of all time is Breath of the Wild. Bar none.
I haven't
Hands
played
down.
It, so.
Best fucking game Nintendo's ever made.
I've played it a little bit. I do like it a lot.
Best game.
So, maybe that one. But Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
That's up there. I'll say that. I like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
I would say. Well, I gotta think about this. You go ahead and talk, cause.
So, I'll think. Breath of the Wild is definitely my favorite game of Nintendo. It might even be It's one of my favorite games of all time, honestly. It's definitely my favorite game of 2018. I think is when it came out. Maybe 2017. But it's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. It's such a good, like, open world game. And, like, just physics based and, so good. And they're making a second one and I can't fucking wait.
I would just have to say Diamond and Pearl for me. And probably second is Breath of the Wild. But that's because I haven't played it fully. So I don't have much to speak on it. But from what I've seen, I do like it. But
I'm trying to think of other Nintendo. I love Minish Cap. It's a Zelda. It's another Zelda game. You know, I'll do this. Some bagel. Nintendo games too broad. I'll give you my Legend of Zelda tier list. The S+++ is Breath of the Wild, because that game is fucking great. Mm-hmm. And then probably like A tier, I would put Minish Cap is definitely A tier. I never finished it because I had it on my 3DS, but then I lost my 3DS, so I never was able to finish it. But that game's great. It's actually developed by Capcom, not Nintendo. It was one of the few Zelda games that were made by someone else, or by someone that's not Nintendo. They made that, and then like Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages were the other two big ones that they did. But yeah, Minish Cap is great. I would put Twilight Princess probably in a B, maybe B minus, because like that game is good, but sometimes the controls can be really, really wonky. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a personal fan of the look of it. Like a lot of people say it's too dark and gritty and it doesn't work as well as you think it would, but I think it looks great. And I'm a fan of the wolf mechanic, honestly. I think that actually works well. It does feel kind of jarring, I won't lie, but as soon as you like get past like the first like section with the wolf, it becomes pretty fun. Though I will say the menus are pretty annoying in that.
Yeah, I've never played any Zelda, and I don't really plan on it.
I know, that's why I'm doing this to us.
Yeah.
Little bitch.
And it's already bothering me. So, anyways.
I'm okay with that.
Moving on.
Nope.
Gamescom.
Nope.
Yeah.
We barely talked about the Batman trailer, though.
Well.
Or go watch it. Skyward Sword.
Go watch the Batman trailer.
Go watch the Batman trailer. It's good.
Yeah.
Pattinson looks great. I love his costume.
Yeah.
Riddler looks fun.
Riddler does.
It's okay. So I do actually want to point this out. The one thing before we move to Gamescom. This is the first like Batman movie that seems to actually be mainly detective Batman.
Yeah.
You know?
Solving a case.
Exactly. Like you don't with the movies you don't get that much of detective Batman. You just get kind of more like crime fighting Batman, which isn't bad, but like
the one fucking scene.
What?
Who are you?
That is such a really fun scene where he just beats the shit out of that one dude.
I'm vengeance. I'm sorry?
Vengeance. Yeah. But this is like the first movie that's supposed to be like, or looks like it would be more detective based, which I love. I think the detective Batman stuff is so fun.
I think it's cool that we're getting the Catwoman, but
I
would like to see how they're gonna go with this, but you know.
And my one worry is that it will have too much because it has Batman, Catwoman, Riddler, Penguin, Gordon. It has a lot of characters.
I think they're just setting up the universe. I think they're gonna be in there, but not prominent.
Okay, somebody will say something. Lost my 3DS, so I could not finish Ocarina of Time, but what I last remember is that I was stuck on the Grass Temple, but I managed to do Water and Fire Temple before. Ocarina of Time is a solid okay. People say it's the greatest game of all fucking time.
This man has an ocarina in his room.
I do, because ocarinas are cool, and it's a staple. But the game is just okay. Uh-huh. It's not... I think it's a little dated is the thing. Because it's a 64 game. So, like, at the time, it's like, holy shit, look at these 3D graphics, you know?
First one, Mario 64?
I never played that. I need to play it. I've never had a 64.
Wow.
I've never played Majora's Mask. Actually, I did have a 64 for a little bit, but not long. I don't think I'd enjoy Majora's Mask. The time mechanic looks too annoying to me, but I don't know.
But, anyways, so Gamescom came up.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I was working on stuff, and I do not remember half the shit that came on.
Well, because half of the shit was really boring.
Yeah, I think I would look at it and be like, I don't care. And I'd look at it and be like, nope, still don't care. I will say, one thing that caught my attention is Godfall. Did you see that?
Oh my god, that Godfall trailer was so stupid.
Yeah, it was Mothman or Mothwoman, and I was just like...
They're like, we got a new exclusive reveal of a new character? I don't even know what it was.
It's a new armor set for a different god.
Okay, and I was like, and it just...
I know, same reaction.
Sorry, I just yawned out of nowhere. But yeah, it was like, it did like a pan of the armor set, and then like it hitting an enemy a couple times, and then it ended.
Yeah, it
was like 15 seconds. I was like, what the hell is that?
It was just showing like the way the light bounces off of it. That's all it was doing.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, it could have had dialogue, and it'd be like, this is, or it'd be like, this is the lunar god of da-da-da, or the...
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, if I'm being honest, though, I've kind of seen enough of Godfall to be like, all right, I think I get what this game is. I think I get what it's going for. I don't really need to see anything else.
I wish they would have showed different weapons. Because
That's true.
All we've seen
That's right. Yeah, they haven't shown off like extensively the other weapons.
Because they're like, we have a lance, we have a war axe, we have a war hammer, and I'm like, that sounds awesome. Stop showing me the damn straight sword. I don't care. I'm like, I'm not gonna use that. I'm going to take a lance or the twin swords and go crazy.
Yeah, it was a little weird how they've been doing that, but hey, I'm still down for it.
Yeah,
I think that game looks fun. Let's hope it's actually good. We'll see.
I hope it is. I mean, it's one of the main PS5 games I'm gonna play. I know that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
what else did we get? We got a couple things. We got some Crash Bandicoot stuff, but so the whole stream had like weird technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was glitching a lot.
Yeah, and it
really
glitched pretty heavily through the Crash Bandicoot stuff, so no one knows fucking what that was about.
Yeah, it was very cryptic.
All we saw was the weird Crash Bandicoot suit with a mask on, and everyone's just like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, we're just what?
It was weird, but
there were some cool little indie games like we talked.
I will
about
admit
earlier.
that's 2 hours was long. If I'm being honest, like I got bored through it, but there were a lot of indie games, and I can respect showcasing indie games. Like it's become more of a thing nowadays, and indie games have become like legitimately good. So I just don't play them. So it got bored for me. Yeah. I got bored.
I mean, the one indie game that I'd like would think about playing is the one that's like fully interactable world.
That was very interesting. Yeah,
I've actually seen that before because
really,
it was on Reddit. Like some guy on the Reddit game subreddit was like, "Hey, I'm trying to create a game. Would anybody want to play test it for me?" And everybody looked at it and they're like, "Holy shit! Like this is incredible!" And the guy was like, "You guys actually like it?" And they're like, "Yeah." He goes, "I've made my own engine."
Yeah. Okay. So it was interesting because that trailer very much looked like a programmer who was like, "I don't fucking know what this. Just here, I'll just show some footage and then
that's what they said." It was like when he was like, "Yeah, we asked him for like a little bit of footage and he got back to us an hour ago. Yeah, this is what he could get." And we're just like, "Okay, first of all, that's badass. Like the game looks great. I love.
Yeah, I think it looks fun. It looks a good little romp.
Yeah, it's super cool. I was like, you know what, that works for what it is.
Yeah.
But other than that was like the only indie game I noticed. I know one thing that's happening is the World of Warcraft animations.
Okay, I gotta ask about that. Excuse me. Is that the animation of what it is? What they showed off? Is that what the animation is?
I think.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah, I did not like it.
It was boring as hell.
I was like, Blizzard, you have Overwatch. Overwatch has done awesome fucking
exactly.
animation.
I was like, of all places, of all developing studios, Blizzard is the one that's gonna do the like very stop motion comic book thing.
But to be fair, Blizzard has done that a lot in the past with Diablo.
That's lame.
It very recently has Diablo done more actual cutscenes.
That's weird.
I don't know if that was like the actual first animation or if they're gonna do more, but God, I hope they do more.
I hope that's not what I thought. Though I'm hoping that was just like a trailer for it.
Yeah.
Or like a prologue.
Yeah, because I mean the story they're talking about, I'm like, well, if you do an animated series, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean it sounds interesting enough.
Yeah,
it's just like that animation style is so fucking boring.
Yeah, I love World of Warcraft and all the stuff with it. It's just like you got to give me something worth watching.
Yeah,
you know. But
I gotcha.
And then the main thing to come out of it, the only good thing, was Destiny.
Yes, Destiny was great
because it showed off the new supers coming with stasis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the stasis supers look really cool. Though I will say the Titan one seems to be gypped because it just looks like another like Fist of Havoc kind of thing.
Well, I think they're changing it up now.
What do you mean?
I think while you run, everything freezes, so you don't have to hit a button. But instead of targeting to one character, you just do an AOE.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit better. So like it's a major ground pound instead of like shoulder charge into them.
I see.
But I think what they're talking about is like if you do hit the R1, it will do like a big aura and freeze everything closer, and then you can do a bigger ground pound.
That's interesting.
But I don't know. We'll have to see what they come up with because it also looks like they want to do a bubble type, which.
Yeah, they still haven't revealed that much like detailed information on it. They're gonna do it on their site like throughout the next 2 weeks.
September 1st for Warlock, September 3rd for Titan, September 8th for Hunter.
Yeah, which seems like really weird days.
Yeah,
like Why is there 5 days between the Titan and the Hunter one?
But I don't know. I was like, I'm down to learn more about the Warlock because, I mean, that's pretty much.
Oh, the Warlock staff looks so fucking cool. Yeah.
And I was right. It is a melee.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because the super animation is much different from him just casting out the ball. It's a melee.
That's interesting.
And I'm kind of like, okay. I think Hunter's gonna be OP go, because it looks like their smoke grenade causes a aura to slow things down, and they can just actually throw their knives and bounce it off walls.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's all gonna be OP, even if the Titan does slide and freeze.
PvP is just gonna get worse.
I'm not going into PvP until 3 months later, until they fix
exactly
all the supers. I am not touching PvP.
PvP does not look great.
Yeah. But.
Yeah, so that was interesting enough. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, so they ended off, which was really weird, with like a Ratchet and Clank gameplay.
I was driving back home by that point.
But what was weird about it was already the gameplay stuff that we saw, but it was just slightly extended. Like they filled in the gaps from the PlayStation reveal.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I was looking on Twitter a little bit later, and they're like, take a look at this exclusive content. I'm like, these are just screenshots from the PlayStation 5 reveal.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
It literally like began the same place and ended at the same place.
Yeah.
It was kind of lame.
But
I mean, I'm honestly already sold. That's the game I'm going to play first when I get a PS5, because I love Ratchet and Clank, and that game looks
it
great.
depends on what comes out first.
It better come out as a release game, because it's literally all about...
It is a staple.
That, and it's literally made for the PS5. Like, it was made with, like, its strengths in play.
Yeah.
So if it's not, like, a console launch game, then I would be like, what the fuck?
And speaking of console launch,
Jesus, that's so weird.
You need to go on their website and try to get your name in the line to even order it.
Yeah.
If you are planning to have more than one, change your shipping address to someplace else.
Did you have to put in your shipping address?
No, I'm just saying when you buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're probably going to look at it and be like, these three are from the same address.
Well, okay, I don't know how they're doing that, because they have said that it's like limited one per household. I don't know if it's like you can't buy multiple things on one card, or you can't have it shipped to the same place.
I don't think you can. Just to be safe, I think my dad's doing his office. I'm gonna say you do your dad's, and I'll do mine here.
Yeah, probably.
And that way, it's just to be safe. You know?
But yeah, so recently they had come up. What was it? Friday? No, Thursday. No, it wasn't. I think it was Wednesday actually.
I think it was Wednesday.
Where they had this website come up where you could put your name in line for a pre-order on PlayStation 5, which is just like a bunch of levels of what?
Yeah.
So you had to submit your PlayStation account and email to like basically hold your place in line. Mm-hmm. But this is hold your place in line for a pre-order, not to just like buy it outright.
Yeah.
Which is like really weird. I mean, we've known for a while that PlayStation is being like, hey, we're not going to have as many. We're going to have a pretty limited amount. Again, one for household. And it's like, well, why is this so complicated?
Yeah,
it just seems overly complicated. But I don't know. We put ours in like an hour after the thing came out, which who knows if that's even enough time, like, or if that took too long.
Yeah.
But
who knows?
But the thing is, we still don't even know when the fucking thing is coming out.
Or how much it costs.
Yeah. We know nothing. This is so weird. This has to be new, right? Like, I mean, I wasn't old enough to remember the previous console generation reveals, but, like, this is new, right?
PlayStation 4 didn't do this. So,
that's what I thought. Like, where they're like, okay, here's the release date, here's the price, months ago.
Yeah,
months before. We are 2 months, like, or possibly 3 months away from the release date, and we don't know for sure what the release date is or what the price is.
I really don't know why they're being so cryptic.
I don't either.
I'm trying to figure out if it's to build hype for it, but at this point it's getting annoying.
Why are you hyping up a price?
Yeah.
Unless it's like $2.99 and $3.99.
If it was like that, your boy is gonna have multiple systems.
Why?
Just because. And if I need to move one, I'm taking it with me.
Why?
Oh, well, you can also upsell it, so.
Well, I think that's why they're limiting one per household.
They're going to try.
You're going to have to find a lot of shipping addresses.
Sisters, my mom's old house, Bob's house.
He doesn't have that much money. Don't worry.
I could find a way. I could make Kim get one.
I could steal one.
That's true.
I could rob a bank.
Yeah.
And then have more money to buy more PlayStation. Dude, this is foolproof.
So let's jump back to that robbing a bank.
Oh my God, we're not doing we're not doing that again.
But
keep jumping to that.
It is getting annoying. The games look like it's going to be a hassle. Because the games that are on PlayStation 4 and are trying to come to PlayStation 5 just seem like it's more expensive to buy both. You know? Like the Call of Duty thing.
What was that?
I'm about to leave.
Oh, leave Mateus alone.
But, Call of Duty, we were looking at that last night. And it's a wild, random-ass trails
it's so
to get
confusing.
from point A to point B. Instead of buying one and having it on your account to have it for PlayStation 5, you have to buy a special edition of it that can transfer over to PlayStation 5. Or you can buy the normal version for PlayStation 4, but you can't access it on your PlayStation 5.
But you can upgrade to the PS5 for $10.
Yeah.
Which is just, but that's not how it is for Xbox to Series X, because if you buy the one for Xbox One and you want to upgrade it to the Series X, we don't know if you can. They're still being evaluated. It's so unnecessarily confusing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck Black Ops, man.
It's not even Black Ops.
It is. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Is it Black
That's literally the whole title.
Oh, wow.
It's CODBOCW.
Jesus.
It's a 7-letter acronym.
That's why no one cares.
It's just like people. I mean, that's why people are calling it Cold War, because no one gives a fuck that it's Black Ops. Even though it's technically taken after the first Black Ops game. No one cares.
I literally just considered it Call of Duty Cold War, and I didn't even think anything of it. I didn't know
it
was under Black Ops.
It's so weird. It's just unnecessarily confusing in a lot of places.
Yeah, but
have you? This is gonna sound very random, but have you seen the Twitter account? It's like, does X game violate the Geneva Convention?
No.
So it's a Twitter gimmick account where they just randomly go to games and they're like, does it violate the Geneva Convention? So it's just like randomly post a random game and like showing the action that violates the Geneva Convention. And so the Cold War came out and they're like, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War ... Do we even need to say?
That's really fucking good.
I was like, this was your one moment. That gimmick account, well done.
My other favorite account is either Jurassic Park updates, because
you randomly just start reading.
They're so funny. They're crack me up. Or the one that's like, can you pet? And it's just
can you pet the dog in?
Yeah, all the dogs you can pet in the game. I'm like, I love this.
Like, you can pet the cat in Monster Hunter World, or you can pet the dog in Yakuza,
Dude,
or some shit like that.
Dude, when fucking Ghost of Tsushima came out, they're like, you can play with a fox. And I'm like...
I need to get Ghost of Tsushima.
I do
People
too.
love that game, and I think I would too. It's just, I don't...
It looks fun. I don't know. I want to see it on PlayStation 5, not a PlayStation 4. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on.
Do you think it'll be on PlayStation 4?
Yeah. As much money as they're making off of it, I would be surprised if it wasn't.
True.
Wow, Scott Summers over here.
I forgot they're adding a multiplayer mode to that for free, and everyone's just like, sure.
Yeah, everybody's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
That works for us. So, but I don't know. Other than that, it wasn't too much more information that came out.
Yeah, not really. There's just a lot of little bits of information that happened, but hey, it was fun.
Yeah, Bagel, if you got any more.
Yeah, hit us with something, Bagel.
Yeah. It's up to you now.
And now it's your turn. I think I'm pointing at the camera. I don't know.
Yeah,
I could be pointing off.
Yeah, no,
I can't really see when looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
But do I look cool?
No. Scott Summers isn't cool.
Food tier list? Yes, he is.
Food tier list.
Food tier list: pizza, chicken nuggets. A+.
So S tier. Brisket, love a good brisket. Mac and cheese, creme brulee.
You do love creme. You are so weird with this creme brulee thing. Never heard you mention creme brulee except for like the most random pieces.
Because you have not had it yet.
I know. I'm not gonna say I don't think I'd like it, but you just randomly are like, bro, creme brulee.
Dude,
it's a fucking shit.
It's so good.
It's a fucking shit, dude.
And then A tier, chicken strips.
True.
Fucking love them.
True.
Bacon.
I'm gonna be honest. Over time, I've liked bacon less and less.
You're wild.
I still enjoy it a lot, but it doesn't have like the same. Doesn't have the same touch as before.
And then I will say, a corn dog is always up there. I like corn dogs. I just think corn dogs are great.
No.
Weird.
I don't like cornbread is the thing.
Motherfucker. No, it's what? It's just dough. It's not even cornbread.
Bread.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's called a corn dog?
Because it's like on a corn stick, on a corn on the cob type deal.
Fucking what?
It's not cornbread.
What do you? How do you put a stick through corn in the cob?
Some people do.
What fucking monster?
Because that's how they hold the end of it.
Just get the little prongs on each side. Don't put a fucking whole stick in there. What are you, a maniac?
I've never said I did it. I'm just saying people did.
It sounds like you do.
I've seen it at a racetrack before. I saw a dude full on.
Fucking Southerners.
He literally had a stick, right? And like he was a girl holding it in the middle, cob. He was like
cob.
I was like, ingenious.
Disgusting.
For one.
What, bro? What gross, man.
Okay, well that's a cryptic message. My mother just goes, "Is your sister down there this weekend?" And I'm like, "Is she?" Swear to God.
Are you ready to die?
Not that I know of.
No. I'm trying to think what's a food that I hate.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I don't like mashed potatoes. I'm not a fan of them.
It's a texture and smell thing for me. I can't do them.
Peanuts. I hate peanuts.
That's weird. I like.
Or just nuts in general. I don't like nuts at all. They just like taste. They don't taste like anything to me, and they're like super coarse. So it just feels like dirt in my mouth. I don't like it.
What is it? What is the one other thing I do?
The pizza is just one of the best foods.
I don't like deviled eggs.
You know, I tried it a couple times, and I'm just like, eh. Yeah. I feel like in a weird way, it's too much. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot for such a small package, and I'm just like, I can't take this.
Yeah.
It's too much. Just give me fucking, I don't know, give me fries. I'll be good.
Brisket and mac and cheese, definitely S tier, S+ tier creme brulee. Oh. Once you have it, you're gonna be like, damn, that's.
I mean, again, I don't disagree with you. I just don't know when I'll have it. Because isn't it like stupid expensive for no reason?
Not really. It's more it's rare to find a restaurant that wants to put in the time to make it. So that's the thing. Like if we go to Fleming's at one point, they have it. I know certain small places randomly have it too.
Cool. Does it Applebee's?
No. Fuck Applebee's.
Chili's?
I'm never doing a sponsorship with Applebee's. I'll shut them down.
What about Chili's?
Fuck Chili's. Well, all right. There's one good thing at Chili's.
Which is?
Their bacon ranch quesadillas, which are...
That seems random.
It's quesadilla, you know how quesadillas are, with chicken, bacon, and ranch on the side. That shit is actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's it.
Was it Chili's or Applebee's that accidentally served a kid a beer because they thought it was apple juice?
That'd probably be Applebee's.
I think it was Applebee's.
Applebee's is scummy that way.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
A little kid was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get some apple juice," and they're like, "This tastes really weird. It's not apple juice."
This is not apple juice.
Someone spiked that kid's apple juice. Apple juice.
Would it be as bad as when I was younger, and they had peppermint schnapps? My grandfather loves peppermint schnapps.
Well, okay, what are those? I don't really know.
Peppermint schnapps is just, it's a liquor, but it tastes like actual peppermints, like the ones you put in your mouth. And it's supposed to be like served warm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really fucking gross. I hate it. I can't stand it. And I probably hate it for this reason. But as a kid, I thought it was water. And
does it look? I guess it's liquor.
It would look as clear as water. I downed it, and I sat there and I screamed. I was like, "What the?" And I was like,
"How much did you drink?"
All of it, like a full 2 shots.
Oh my god!
And because I didn't think anything of it. I was tired, and I was like, and I was like, "Oh god."
My death has come.
Yeah. I was like, this is awful. And then I literally sat there and cried because every time I burp, it just hurt so bad. I was like, ugh.
My burps are making me feel pain.
All right, what's your next
What used
tier list there, Bagel?
Yeah, give us one more tier list, and then we'll probably end this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward silence. Well, no, just say nothing. Come on, Bagel.
Bagel.
Come on, Bagel.
Bagel.
It's all you. All right. I'm trying to think, though. When did tier lists become a thing? Because now that I just kind of... he's out of ideas. I just randomly considered... I don't know when that became a thing, but it's definitely like a thing now.
I think PewDiePie.
Was it PewDiePie? I wouldn't be surprised. He kind of makes random things come about.
I think he was like reviewing something. I think he was the first one to do fast food restaurants. Everybody was like...
Okay, what's your favorite... Just give me this. What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Are we talking like full chains or in our area?
Full chains. Like chained restaurants. Or fast food restaurants.
Is Subway considered fast food?
No, because the employees are slow as fuck.
Is Jimmy John's considered fast food?
It is freaky fast, so I will consider that fast food.
Jimmy John's is S tier. Wendy's is A tier. McDonald's is B tier. Everything else is C or D.
Not Popeyes? You enjoyed the hell out of Popeyes,
Mostly
man.
because we skip Moz the fuck out. Yeah.
And hey, I love Popeyes. I think it's good. It's just, it destroys you. Because it's a lot for pretty cheap.
Yeah, but I love free shit.
True.
Honestly, Mrs. Winners, I think, is very underrated. Have you ever had Mrs. Winners?
What is that?
It's like a North Carolina version of Popeyes. It's not that big.
I've never had that.
It's really good chicken.
Huh.
And really good sides. And they also do biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cheaper than Popeyes. I'll have to take you to Mrs. Winners. Because I really like it. I actually kind of grew up on it, weirdly enough. What do you like on burger?
Ketchup.
It depends on where the burger's from.
Cheese.
Because I'm more, I like my meat, and then I like pepper jack and Gouda on it with onion straws, with a little bit of barbecue sauce, ketchup, and depending on the day, maybe garlic mayo. And then you munch down, and it's so good.
Ketchup, cheese, bacon, bun.
He hasn't built up his taste palates yet. But
I like simple foods. Yeah. That's how I am.
That's weird. Right.
I'm not necessarily picky. I just don't need it to be complicated. I'm like, just a burger with ketchup. I'm cool. Just a regular cheese quesadilla. All right. I'm basic and I'm okay with it.
Cheese quesadillas do slap.
They do.
Have you ever had an ultimate cheese quesadilla?
No, because I don't need it complicated. No, just take the tortilla, put some cheese, just melt it. You're good.
That's all you need. When I used to live up in Virginia, there was like a Mexican restaurant, and like the one lady loved me, and I usually always got a cheese quesadilla and a chicken quesadilla. Because I was a little fat kid and I liked food.
True.
So she put my chicken quesadilla, and then she wrapped my chicken quesadilla in a cheese quesadilla, and then drizzled queso sauce.
That sounds messy.
Yeah, you eat it with a fork and knife, but it was great. I was sitting there, I'm like, this is amazing. She's like, you come back, you order it anytime. I'm like, you better fucking know I am. And she doesn't work there now, so I get sad every time I walk in her house. I'm like, I want an ultimate quesadilla. And they're like, a fucking what? And I'm like, never mind. Hate all you.
Where'd I even come?
I don't even know why I came back to this backwoods shit. But, nah.
I like simple shit. I don't want it to be complicated. I don't need much.
No, I love experiencing new flavors and everything. I'm like,
no Maggies.
Oh, so good.
Nope.
But, no.
Okay. Now that you've gotten an understanding of all of our palettes, and now you know more about us than I ever wanted you to know.
Favorite color?
You watch it. Green.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah.
It's literally being blasted on my face.
Our chairs.
But, alright. I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. Went a little over an hour, but, you know.
Yeah.
That's how we do. We're just that good. We're just good, such good conversationalists.
I don't think we are, but yeah, sure.
What?
Yeah,
What? No,
Kermit voice, please.
I'll let you handle this one.
I haven't done a Kermit voice in a while.
Well, you can do it.
Kermit.
No, you know. Wait. Hold on. Do our outro with their Kermit voice. Just like close it. Close the podcast with a Kermit voice.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please come back next time for the Rainbow Connections that can put us all together. If you feel like it... Oh, I almost went to a Stitch voice. Oh, my God.
No, you got to stay on. Come on.
Scuffed. I went back to Stitch.
Keep going. We need to end the podcast.
But if you guys would like to follow us on Twitter and watch us on YouTube, we really appreciate it. Why I go pork Miss Piggy. You guys enjoy the end of the stream. Have a good one. Ohana Miss Family and Family Miss Nobody Just Left Behind.
All right, now do your Jar Jar.
Misa don't want you to leave. Misa wants you to watch the rest of the stream with me. Misa's so lonely.
R2D2 scream.
Oh, I couldn't do that one. It's so bad. My voice is scuffed. I can usually do an R2D2 scream a lot better.
I'll see you all later, everyone. We'll see you guys.
My precious. Happiness has the
No,
wing.
we're done. We've ended the stream.
Happiness.